I am currently outside my house because there is college football inside. And my dad is very loud right now. So we're just gonna be not watching, but we're gonna be checking out my predictions outside today. So if you hear some cars or some cicadas, that's because I'm outside in the beautiful outdoors on this Saturday evening. Um, yeah. So Mateus Gamrot steps in on short notice to face Oliveira, who was recently knocked out by Ufc only 4 months ago. So this is a quick comeback for our king. But hey, let's just look at the first fight. We got Lucas Lacarda, or something like that. I don't know many of these fighters on here. I know a lot of them, but not that many. But it's just we got Lucas Lacarda versus Simeon Oliveira. In this fight, somehow this fight didn't get scratched, but Oliveira is literally a weight bully by a lot in this fight. It is an 8-pound difference. And I think something's going on with this guy. I don't think we can get 8 pounds. He looked kind of drained at the weigh-ins, even though he's so heavy. Oliveira, he's not really a submission guy. Lacarda I think he might be making his debut. I don't know. But I picked Lucas Lacardia in this fight by decision in round 3 because I think Simeon Oliveira is going to have a weird fight. I think Lucas Lacarda, I don't know if I'm saying that name right, guys, but I think he might. I don't know. I don't know if he's gonna out-grapple him or like. See, this is what I'm saying. I don't know much about these guys. I think Lucas is the guy with the kickboxing, maybe. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know a lot of these fighters for the Brazilian team. I'm not a casual. I know a lot of fighters. I just don't know this guy very well. He's only 32, I'm pretty sure, but he only has like 12 or 13 fights. I think he lost his last 2 fights, I'm pretty sure. Oh yeah, I do remember this guy. He just fought Blackshear. Yeah, he just got knocked out by Blackshear, but I think he might have pretty good submissions. If I remember, he does have good submissions, and I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he has submissions. I'm not going to look it up now, but I'm pretty sure he has some good submissions. I don't ever look anything up during my predictions. But yeah, let's just go to the next fight. Listen, guys. I'm on ESPN. This girl's like a -700 favorite. And listen, Julia Palostri, I think, versus like Carolina Quavalava, whatever. It's like a Brazilian versus a Polish. But yeah, we have Carolina Quavalava. We're gonna call her Quavalava because I can't pronounce her last name. But yeah, Quavalava is 39 years old. This Julia girl's like 26 or 27. No 6'7" jokes, guys. Come on. We're in the big 2-5. But listen. Listen, guys. Julia Palostri. She just lost her last fight to Lupi Godinez. But she's not really a submission person either. She just has decisions. And she does not have that many fights, so I don't see why she's such a big favorite. This girl in the red has a lot of experience, and she has knockouts and submissions, so I wanted to go for the underdog, but I feel like I'm going to take Julia Palostri in this fight by decision. I feel like this card I'm not going to get a clean sweep. Maybe I'm probably going to get more than 4 fights wrong because all the fights are so dead even. Not all of them, but most of them. I'm just going to take Julia Palostri in this fight. Let's get to the next one. Next up on our UFC fight card, we have this ugly little Brazilian guy. No offense, but you're ugly. That is very offensive. I hate when people say no offense and then they say no offenses. My bad. But yeah, Lucas Rocha versus Stuart Nickel. They're both pretty young. Lucas is like 25. He's really young. I remember when I was looking at the tape for this guy, I went to images, and literally I saw a picture of this YouTube-looking kid. And I was like, what? But yeah, this is the flyweight division. I think Lucas Rocha's got like a Muay Thai fighting style. He just fought Carpenter, and he lost by submission. I will talk about Carpenter in a minute. I have a couple things to say about him. But yeah, he's more of a knockout guy. He's got a lot of knockouts. Like 4 out of his 5 fights have been out of knockout. 4 out of his 6 have been knockout recently. And Stuart Nickel. Stuart Nickel is, listen guys, listen to me. I regret who I picked in this fight, which was Stuart Nickel. So listen guys, listen to me. Listen to me, okay? You hear me? Stuart Nickel is who I picked in this fight. Yeah, I picked Stuart Nickel. And Stuart Nickel is on a freaking huge knockout streak. He's on a 4-fight knockout streak. And then he lost to Jesus Aguilar by submission. Stuart Nickel's 8-1. He's got a pretty good record. And he's got 4 straight knockouts. So I'm picking Stuart Nickel in this fight by knockout in round 3. I was gonna say knockout in round 1, maybe round 2. But I started thinking round 3, man. I know he has more of his knockouts. All of his knockouts are in round 1, and then he has 1 round 2. Lucas Roach has a really hard fight for him. This is a really hard fight. This guy's 17-2. He has a home field advantage. I'm just going to take Stuart Nickel, though. Let's move on to the next fight. We got the Russian Ronda. Never heard of this girl in my life. Russian Ronda. Excuse me? What name is that? You are not the next Ronda Rousey. Okay, but yeah, we've got Irina Aldana or something like that. Irina Aldana or Leskova versus Beatrice Mosquito. I'm really bad at pronouncing these weird names, but that's why I like watching UFC, so I can see their names pronounced. Pretty decent. They got the same age, basically. I know Irina, the Russian girl, she is 5.7 feet, and the other girl is only 5.3 feet. The other girls are really small. They both have a pretty decent reach. Listen, guys. Listen. Irina's record is 5-3, so if she loses this fight, she's 5-4. I find pretty weird. But this Beatrice lady or whatever, she supposedly has some of the craziest Brazilian jiu-jitsu. And apparently it's like, she's got like 10 gold medals or something in like a world fighting championship. But she's making her UFC debut, and other promotions don't mean much when you're in the UFC, but 10 fighting medals, that's crazy. Apparently she's one of the best Brazilian jiu-jitsu there is for a woman. And I think she is too. I'm going to take submission round 1. I watched from tape, and she's pretty dominant in the wrestling. And she is a crazy jiu-jitsu specialist. I think the Irina girl's going to try to land some big punches, just throw overhands the whole fight. Bia is going to just probably take her down immediately and like probably heel hook or armbar her in the first round. Maybe like crank her neck or something. I don't know, something jiu-jitsu-y. Yeah, she's a pretty big favorite too. I think she's like minus 400 or 500. Yeah, not 700, but let's go. Next fight, we got Victor Petrino, who I watched in Tampa, versus the Blob, Thomas, the Fat Train Peterson. He may be a train, but he is not a hype train. This guy's got good submissions. He's kind of just a big, once he gets you on the ground, he kind of just stays on top of you. This guy's like a big blob. I think Victor Petrino is going to piece him up in this fight. And yeah, Thomas Peterson just got pretty much dominated by Shamil Gaziev. Shamil the Goat Fiziev. Oh my god, guys, I just said Fiziev. I meant Gaziev. Oh my god, Shamil Gaziev, guys, not Fiziev. But yeah, just lost to him. Thomas Peterson has some pretty good submissions, and Victor Petrino's got some boom in his hands. He's not a very fast-paced fighter. He just beat Austin Lane, who I met in Tampa. But yeah, he beat Austin Lane. He just fought Dustin Jacoby at Tampa, and I also met Dustin Jacoby because I was in the apartment where he was at. And I met Manel Kopp too. It was a great experience, but we're talking about Victor Petrino now. Yeah, he beat Dustin Jacoby slightly in the first 2 rounds, and then Dustin Jacoby knocked him out cold in the 3rd round. I remember I was looking for my dad. I was like telling Dad, like, this fight's not going how we planned. Our guy is losing. He's an underdog. And I remember I didn't see the knockout, but I just heard the crowd, and they're like, and it said on the board knockout, and I saw somebody's eyes. And at the time, I didn't think much of, like, I didn't really look at the eyes. I just saw knockout. I'm like, no, Jacoby, because I thought he was losing. And then I come back, and my dad's sitting there, and he's like, bro, Jacoby just killed this guy. So Victor Petrino, he's got boom in his hands. He can wrestle pretty good. Victor Petrino, yeah, he's got a lot of power, man. And I think Thomas Peterson's going to get pieced up in this fight. I think he's going to get knocked out. But I think Thomas Peterson's going to try to wrestle, and it's going to be pretty tricky. I think it's going to be a lot of clinching. I think it's going to be a pretty slow fight. And then, does that say Patchy Mix? I forgot. I don't know why that says Patchy Mix. So what I do is I keep these presentations from my last slideshow, and then I just change the names around and everything. But I forgot to change it from Patchy Mix to Victor Petrino. But yeah, Victor Petrino, don't mind the Patchy Mix. We don't want to talk about Patchy Mix right now. I'm still pretty sad from that, because I hated that robbery. But yeah, Patchy Mix, probably going to cut him. But yeah, Victor Petrino, knockout, round 3. It's going to be a pretty slow-paced fight, but it's kind of, I think Thomas Peterson might win the 1st round, Victor 2nd round. Yeah, let's go to the next fight. We got Ufc Rio versus Clayton Carpenter. Clayton Carpenter, man, very, 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 very underrated. I'm pretty sure he beat Tagir Ulanbekov when they fought. Clayton Carpenter is going to be in the top 5 flyweight, maybe even a title contender. I really like Clayton Carpenter, but he's just so small, and I don't matter though. I just think he's such a tough, gritty fighter. His wrestling is so elite. His jiu-jitsu is out of this world. And Filio, Filio's so fast. So is Carpenter, but Filio's faster, bro. I feel like the speed and the piecing up, and they're both really good submission specialists, but I think Clayton's definitely better. I have a gut feeling that Filio is going to submit him in round 1 and stop the hype train. Because Tagir didn't stop it. He just kept it going. And I think Filio is going to stop the hype train. This fight is so close. It's literally dead even right now. And Filio's last fight was dead even too. So this is like this is one of those fights where I'm like, I'm probably going to get this one wrong. But I think Filio's going to win. I think he's definitely going to win this. Not definitely, but I think he's going to win this fight by submission in round 1. I just think Filio's really good and really fast. And I think it's going to be a lot of pressure for Clayton Carpenter. But Filio's got power too, even though he doesn't have that many knockouts. Maybe he doesn't. He has like 1 knockout, and I think that his submissions are so elite. And I just think it's going to be a lot of pressure for Carpenter. And I know I said that I had a lot to say about Carpenter, but all I really do have to say is Carpenter is a crazy prospect. And I think, like, bro, Carpenter is going to be something special. But I kind of regret my pick on this fight, but I'm going to stick with it. I feel like if Carpenter loses, it's not going to be great. But if he wins this fight, I feel like he's going to be top 5 ranked one day. Even if he does lose, I feel like he's going to come back and start doing better. Every champion, except for Topuria and Hamzat, has had a loss. So, well, John Jones didn't really lose. But yeah, every champion has his days. And I think Carpenter will be a champ eventually. He's really young. So let's keep going. We got Lucas Almeida versus Michael Aswell. I like Aswell, and when he fought Oki, I picked against him because Oki was such a big favorite, and Aswell was new to the UFC. And Aswell kind of got beat up in that fight pretty bad. He got outboxed, out-kickboxed. He got knocked out. Not cool, but he got knocked out. Michael Aswell has lots of power, okay? And Lucas Almeida just lost to Danny Silva. And that's his only fight in the UFC. And listen, guys. Lucas Almeida's 34. Michael Aswell is 25. Oh wait, my bad. Lucas Almeida's actually got more fights. I just checked it now. I was thinking, I was like, he doesn't have 1 fight, so I just looked it up real quick, and it says he's been around since 2022. Lucas Almeida's got some power, man. It says here that he lost by submission to Pat Sabatini, and he's got knocked out by Andrew Feely. So he definitely has some experience. He was supposed to fight David Onama. He did fight whoever Timothy Kawumba is, but yeah, let's close that tab now. Yeah, I said I never look anything up, but I just had to because I just had to know. But yeah, Lucas Almeida, I think Michael Aswell will knock him out in the first round by a big left hook. Let's get to the next fight. Main card, guys. Okay. We got Kenan Offley. That's a really nice name, man. Kenan Offley, I think Australian, versus Richard Ramos. Ricardo Ramos. This is another one of those fights that I think is pretty close. I did take Richard Ramos in this fight by decision. Kenan Offley, I just like saying Kenan Offley, guys, my bad. But Kenan Offley, he just lost to Muhammad Nalimov, and he just got knocked out by Marion Santos. But this guy fights some hard fights. He was good in the Contender Series. And, like, bro, this guy's good, man. This guy's good. And it was either, I think it was Ultimate Fighter or the Contender Series, but he was great in the Ultimate Fighter. When he got to UFC, it kind of got harder for him, but this guy's great. I still think Richard Ramos is going to win. See, this is another one of those close fights. You know what? I take it back. Don't look at it. Kenan Offley is going to win this fight by knockout in round 2. That's what I think. Don't look at the screen. Kenan Offley, knockout in round 2. Listen to me. I'm not picking Ricardo Ramos. Kenan Offley in round 2. Okay? Kenan Offley in round 2. Keep your audio on, because that's what I said. Next fight, we have Hanota Deniz versus Mario Pinto. Mario Pinto just got that knockout against Austin Lane, even though Austin was doing pretty good. And because he allowed Austin to do so good, Hanota Deniz just had that great fight with Alvin Guzzi or whatever his name, Hines, at UFC, 317. That was a great fight. Hanota Deniz almost knocked that guy out multiple times, tore up his liver. Mario Pinto, 10-0 prospect, pretty young. Hanota Deniz is so complete, though. He's 9-1. He's a great fighter. He's very gritty. He's got so much power. He's got some of the most power. I'm going to take him by decision, though. He does have so much power, but I don't think he's going to knock out Pinto. I think it's going to be a pretty close fight. I think it might be a Spivak versus Cortez Acosta type fight, but not the robbery part. I think Hanota Deniz is going to rightfully win. If not, then Mario Pinto is going to get the robbery win. But I'm going to take Hanota Deniz by decision. Let's move on to the next fight. We got Vicente Luque versus Yoel Alvarez. I watched Yoel Alvarez in Tampa when he beat Dakar Close, who just defeated Edson Barboza recently. Vicente Luque got a lot of power, bro. And I'm pretty sure he was supposed to fight Holland. And I'm pretty sure he did, but Vicente Luque lost to Kevin Holland by submission. He was a favorite in that fight. He was 14 ranked. He's been around since 2015, I think. He got good submissions. He beat Thrumbo Grimbo. He beat Dos Anjos in 2023. He didn't lose to Jeff Neal and Bilal Muhammad, but that didn't really age bad. He did submit Michael Chesia. Yeah, Vicente Luque's got a lot of power, but Yoel Alvarez has all finishes, bro, in 22 fights, and I think that kind of speaks for himself. Yoel Alvarez does have some losses, though, but Yoel Alvarez is such a complete fighter. He's so big. He was going to beat up Benoit Saint Denis. He's young, too. Yoel Alvarez got great striking, great kickboxing, good wrestling. Yoel Alvarez has, like, he's got so many KOs, bro. And Alvarez is a great fighter, okay? He's a great fighter. He has submissions, too. Like, he had a round 1 submission, I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly. But, yeah, he's got a round 2 KO. He's got 1 KOs, 3 KOs, mostly round 1 KOs. And I think Yoel Alvarez is such a great fighter. This is a tough fight for him. I'm definitely taking Yoel Alvarez by knockout in round 1, though. Absolutely cooks Vicente Luque. Some vicious ground and pound is going to get him the win after a big shot. Co-main event, Montel Jackson versus Davidson Figueiredo. Montel Jackson just beat Daniel Marcos. Montel Jackson's a great fighter, but I don't think he's anything special. Montel Jackson's great, but Figueiredo, I feel like this is Figueiredo's comeback time. And if he doesn't lose, it's a good time for Figueiredo to hang up the gloves at 30. Not hang up the gloves, but, take a break. Montel Jackson, I remember he got that quick knockout, like 10, 20 seconds against Damon Blackshear. Montel Jackson's a great fighter. He's got he's got a decent amount of knockouts, bro. And I feel like he's got decisions too. I don't think he has any submissions, but he's a great fighter. He beat Daniel Marcos, who was on a spree. And then he gets this fight against Deiveson Figueiredo. And Deiveson Figueiredo is a legend, bro. Deiveson Figueiredo just, beat Garbrandt at 300, but he did lose to Piotr Jan in a pretty decently good fight. And he just got got his, arm snapped or something against Sandhagen, which was pretty brutal. And he was a pretty big underdog in that fight, but I think Deiveson Figueiredo is more complete than Montel Jackson. Sorry, guys, my thing glitched. I'm outside. I think he's more complete than Montel Jackson, and I think he's going to win this fight by decision at his hometown. Everybody's going to be cheering him on, and I think it's going to be great. When he does win this, which I think he will, I'm going to be celebrating because I like Figueiredo, bro. He's a good fighter. He's a good man, and I think he's going to win. He's going to out-grapple Jackson, even though Jackson's got good grappling too. I'll take Deiveson Figueiredo. I think it's going to be a pretty close fight, though, and I think Deiveson's going to edge it out. Hope he doesn't get robbed. I could see it happening, but I don't think it's going to because they are in Rio, and Deiveson Figueiredo is a fan favorite. Now, I hate looking at this picture, but Charles Oliveira coming back from 4 months against Ilia Topuria. I just don't like how quick he came back. I love watching him fight, but he almost got knocked out by Chandler, too, even though there were some illegal headshots in the back of the head. Main event, Charles Oliveira, our glorious king, versus Mateusz Gamrot. Cousin, brother Gamrot, bro. Gamrot is such a great fighter. He just beat up all the doubters by dominating Ludovic Klein on the ground. Gamrot lost to Dan Hooker, too, though. And he was a pretty big favorite in that fight. And I think that Oliveira is going to catch him when Gamrot does not think he can. And I think Gamrot is I think in the first round, Gamrot's going to come out like a bat out of hell, not hesitating. He's going to come out, pulling over all those overhands, all those big shots. And I think he's going to land some big shots, and then all the fans are going to be biting their nails, terrified. Oliveira's going to take him down. Mateus is going to slip. Oliveira's going to land some teeps because he did have good fight IQ against Ilia, but when you're fighting Ilia, it's hard to survive. So Oliveira is going to catch him with a submission, rear naked choke, round 2. Our king, Charles Oliveira, is going to win. And that is my predictions for UFC Fight Night Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. And I hope our king Oliveira can come back, and I'll see you guys next time.